Fishing with giant nets is a traditional but highly effective method in the fishing industry. Fishermen often use long and wide nets with small meshes to drop into the sea or large rivers. Before dropping the net, they carefully calculate the fish flow, current and the right time for the fish to be most easily caught in the net. Once the net has been dropped, many people coordinate to pull the net back rhythmically, while checking carefully to avoid tearing the net. After collecting the net, the fish that are full of nets will be brought onto the boat and classified. This fishing method requires strength, patience and experience, but in return can yield a large amount of fish, serving well the needs of consumption and export. However, fishing with giant nets also needs to be done reasonably to avoid negative impacts on the marine environment. If the net is too thick or fishing is not planned, it can easily lead to the destruction of fish resources, causing an imbalance in the underwater ecosystem. Nowadays, many localities have combined this traditional fishing method with environmental protection regulations. Such as regulations on mesh size or seasonal fishing time. This helps fishermen maintain long-term aquatic resources while protecting valuable natural resources for future generations. Therefore, giant net fishing is not only a profession, but also a bond and responsibility with the ocean. In addition, in the process of giant net fishing, the spirit of solidarity and coordination among fishermen plays an extremely important role. Usually, each trip out to sea requires the participation of many people. From dropping the net, controlling the boat to pulling the net and sorting the fish. Each person has their own task. Everyone must understand each other for the work to go smoothly and effectively. In addition, fishermen also need to monitor the weather, water levels and natural factors to ensure safety when fishing. Giant nets not only bring back full catches of fish but are also the result of the diligence, experience and love of the sea of many generations of fishermen. Over time, this method not only contributes to economic development but also preserves the beauty of traditional coastal labor culture. Not only stopping at economic and cultural value, fishing with giant nets also shows the close relationship between humans and nature. Fishermen who are attached to the fishing profession understand every wave, wind direction, and fish flow like the back of their hand. They consider the sea as a companion, cherish and are grateful for what the sea gives. Therefore, many fishing villages also organize fishing festivals, expressing gratitude to the sea and sky and wishing for a favorable fishing season. Through many generations, the profession of fishing with giant nets has been preserved, not only because of economic benefits but also because of profound spiritual values. It is a symbol of collective strength, human resilience in the face of nature, and at the same time arouses love for the homeland and the sea in every coastal resident. Nowadays, although science and technology have developed, many types of modern ships and advanced fishing tools have been born. The method of fishing with giant nets still holds an important position. Some places also combine traditional nets with supporting machines to reduce labor while still ensuring output. In addition, the government and organizations also regularly organize training courses, instructing fishermen on how to fish safely and sustainably, both increasing efficiency and protecting the marine environment. Thanks to that, the fishing profession has not only developed in the direction of modernization but also retained its inherent characteristics. Fishing with giant nets is therefore still a source of pride, a source of livelihood and a beautiful symbol in the cultural life of many coastal communities in Vietnam. Not only that, giant net fishing also contributes to creating familiar, simple but vibrant images in coastal fishing villages. The image of fishermen pulling nets every early morning, boats full of fish bustling to the shore, or the bustling laughter when sorting fish has become an indispensable beauty in daily life. Children growing up by the sea are also familiar with this job early, following the tradition of their ancestors to preserve and promote their homeland's fishing profession. Thanks to that, giant net fishing is not only a means of making a living but also a bridge connecting people with each other and with nature. It is this strong attachment that has helped the fishing profession overcome many difficulties and challenges, continuing to exist and develop strongly to this day. Moreover, giant net fishing also opens up opportunities to develop community tourism in many coastal areas. Many domestic and foreign tourists enjoy directly experiencing the process of casting nets and pulling nets with fishermen, feeling the enthusiastic and vibrant working atmosphere on the sea. Through these experiences, tourists not only understand more about the hard but joyful life of the people but also love the simple, rustic beauty of Vietnamese fishing villages. At the same time, the combination of fishing and tourism also helps increase income, improve the lives of fishermen, contributing to preserving and promoting traditional cultural values. It can be said that giant net fishing is not only a long-standing profession, but also a bond connecting people, nature and the culture of the homeland sea and islands. The future of giant net fishing is opening up many positive directions when focusing on combining tradition and modernity. Policies to support fishermen in terms of capital, equipment and technical training help the fishing profession develop more sustainably. Many localities also focus on building models of model fishing villages, in which giant net fishing is maintained while also being associated with marine environmental protection activities such as collecting plastic waste or protecting coral reefs. The younger generation is also gradually aware of the importance of preserving traditional occupations, actively learning from their ancestors' experiences, and at the same time applying technology to optimize labor efficiency. Therefore, giant net fishing is not only an image of the past, but also a vivid symbol of sustainable development. Affirming the cultural identity of Vietnam's sea and islands in the present and future. From there, it can be affirmed that giant net fishing is not only a simple production method but also a symbol of the strength, ingenuity and solidarity of coastal people. The fishing profession has nurtured hard-working, diligent people who are closely attached to the sea, through the ups and downs of time. Even when facing natural disasters, storms or market fluctuations, fishermen still steadfastly stick to the sea, stick to their profession, preserve and promote the value of giant nets. It can be said that each full catch not only contains the fruits of labor but also contains faith, hope and love for the homeland and country. It is these values that have helped the giant net fishing profession to last forever, contributing to enriching the homeland and preserving the cultural identity of the Vietnamese people. And then, following each wave hitting the shore, the image of giant nets fluttering in the vast ocean and sky remains forever imprinted in the minds of many generations. It is not only a fishing tool, but also a symbol of pride, of perseverance in the face of harsh nature. Today, as society continues to develop, those traditional values are still respected and promoted, becoming a solid foundation for the coastal fishing community. Fishing with giant nets therefore not only brings economic benefits, but is also a part of the culture of the Vietnamese people who are always deeply attached to the vast ocean, to their homeland full of love and strong vitality. Therefore, the profession of fishing with giant nets does not stop at the immediate material value, but also has a profound meaning of sustainability and longevity. The nets stretch out to sea, connecting people with the sea and sky, between the past and the present, creating a unique rhythm of life that cannot be confused with the coastal area. In the future, no matter how much technology develops, no matter how modern the fishing equipment is, the image of fishermen pulling nets under the dawn or dusk will always be a beautiful symbol. Expressing the spirit of hard work, love for the profession and love for the homeland, it is a vivid testament to the enduring vitality of Vietnamese maritime culture, contributing to enriching the national identity and preserving precious traditional values for future generations. And then, through each generation, the profession of fishing with giant nets continues to be passed down as a part of the flesh and blood of coastal people. Children growing up in fishing villages are familiar with the sound of waves, the wind and the nets laden with fish from a young age. When they grow up, they follow their ancestors, carrying with them the pride and aspiration to go offshore, preserving and developing the traditional profession. Not only that, the giant net profession is also a valuable lesson about perseverance, solidarity and attachment to nature. It is these sustainable values that create the simple but profound beauty of Vietnamese fishing village life. Although time passes and the sea changes, in the country. Therefore, the giant net fishing profession is not only a job to earn a living, but also the soul of coastal fishing villages. It preserves within itself simple everyday stories, valuable experiences accumulated from many years of attachment to the sea. Each trip to sea is a journey full of hope, but also contains many hardships and difficulties. However, it is from these difficulties that the people here have further strengthened their mettle, strong will and strong belief in life. The profession of fishing with giant nets therefore not only has material value but is also imbued with spiritual value, contributing to enriching the tradition of hard work and creativity of the Vietnamese people. It is a clear demonstration of the harmonious connection between people and nature. Between the past and the future, it can be said that each giant net cast down not only collects full catches of fish but also carries the dreams, beliefs and aspirations of the coastal people for a prosperous life. Over the years, those nets have become a symbol of strong vitality, of the spirit of not giving up in the face of storms and challenges. Today, when the country is increasingly innovative and integrated, giant net fishing still plays an important role, contributing to the development of the marine economy, and at the same time becoming a unique cultural feature that attracts tourists from all over the world. That is the pride not only of fishermen but also of the entire Vietnamese people, a nation that always knows how to appreciate nature, preserve and promote precious traditional values from thousands of years ago. And certainly, the giant net fishing profession will last forever, like the waves that continuously hit the shore, continuing the beautiful story of the simple but meaningful life in the hometown fishing village. With all these great values, giant net fishing is not only a source of pride but also a responsibility of each generation of coastal people in preserving and promoting. For the profession to last forever, protecting aquatic resources and preserving a clean marine environment is extremely important. Today's fishermen have gradually become more aware of reasonable fishing, avoiding overexploitation, and participating in activities to protect the homeland's sea and islands. Many localities also focus on preserving festivals and customs related to fishing, contributing to preserving traditional cultural beauty. Thus, giant net fishing does not only stop at existing values but also opens up a sustainable future, closely connecting people with nature, between tradition and modernity. That is a vivid testament to the enduring vitality, to the deep love of the sea of the Vietnamese people, forever echoing in the sky and sea of the homeland. And certainly, no matter how much time passes, no matter how much modern life changes, the image of fishermen diligently pulling giant nets in the vast waves will still be deeply imprinted in the mind of every Vietnamese child. That is the image of tireless labor, of the belief in a prosperous and happy life. The giant nets are not only associated with food and money, but also connect many generations, telling the story of strength, perseverance and solidarity of coastal people. From these simple but enduring values, giant net fishing will forever be the pride, the soul of the fishing village, of the homeland and of the entire Vietnamese people who love the sea, love work and love life. From the great values that giant net fishing brings, it can be affirmed that this is not only a production method but also a sustainable cultural symbol of coastal fishing villages. Each giant net thrown into the sea conveys the hope for a full life, a testament to the flesh and blood bond between humans and nature. Today, along with the development trend, this profession continues to be preserved, promoted and improved to suit the times, while at the same time being associated with activities to preserve the marine environment and develop sustainable tourism. Thanks to that, giant net fishing not only contributes to enriching the marine economy but also contributes to enriching the cultural identity of Vietnam. Even though there may be many changes in the future, the sound of waves lapping the shore, the cheers of fishermen pulling in their nets, And the image of fishermen standing steadfastly in the open sea will forever be beautiful symbols that will last forever with the country looking to the future. Giant net fishing will continue to play an important role not only in developing the marine economy but also in educating the younger generation about the spirit of work, love for the homeland and awareness of environmental protection. The next generations, when witnessing fishermen pulling nets together, feeling the hardship but full of faith of this traditional profession, will appreciate even more the values left by their ancestors. At the same time, the application of modern science and technology to the fishing process, combined with the conservation of the marine ecological environment, will help this profession develop sustainably, in accordance with the needs of today's society. It can be said that giant net fishing is the thread connecting the past, present and future, contributing to preserving the national cultural identity and affirming the position of the Vietnamese people on the vast ocean. And no matter how many years have passed, the giant net spread out in the middle of the sea and sky will always be a sacred symbol of love for the sea, of perseverance, resilience and the desire to reach far. In short, giant net fishing is an indispensable part of the economic and cultural life of coastal fishing villages in Vietnam. Through many generations, the profession has not only brought abundant livelihoods, but also fostered precious spiritual values such as perseverance, solidarity and deep love for the homeland. Even though society is increasingly modern, the giant net profession still exists firmly, both maintaining tradition and adapting flexibly for sustainable development. The image of nets laden with fish, of diligent fishermen in the middle of the sea will always be a beautiful symbol, lasting through time, reminding each of us of the strong vitality of the sea and of the resilient, indomitable Vietnamese people. Therefore, giant net fishing is not only a story about an ancient production method but also a story about people, about the love of the sea and the harmony between nature and working life. Each net pulled up is the crystallization of sweat, effort and belief in a bright tomorrow. Through many changes, the giant net fishing is still quiet but persistent, like the waves that constantly lap at the shore of the homeland. And certainly, with the awareness of preserving and promoting tradition and the spirit of innovation, this profession will continue to reach far, contributing to enriching the homeland and the country, so that the image of fishermen with giant nets will forever be a source of pride, a living symbol of Vietnamese marine culture. Therefore, giant net fishing does not only stop at material values, but also encapsulates profound spiritual values.